And dear all, in this video, we continue web application development account management systems. Okay. In previous videos, I explained up to creation of the new account page. So in this video, you will see how to design the update customer page. You see here the question first. In that page, we need to display a customer ID in the text box, and there is a find button. If the user click on the find button, the customer ID need to be searched from the customer table, and the corresponding name, address, and contact need to be displayed. So in displaying another table, okay, be clear. Another table we need to display. So when we click on the submit button, the user click on the submit button, these details need to be updated for the customer ID. So this is the context. So what simple design, we start with the one displaying the customer ID and what the find button. So this is the actual add account page and a view account page and home page and update customer. So update customer is to be designed. So we can simply copy this customer ID, this code from that add account to here update customer. Instead of the add account content, we need to place here find button. That's all. So we start designing that page account customer. So this is the add account page. Okay. So from that the content body, from here I have to copy add account customer ID up to this. Okay. What is the update customer page here? This is already is there. So this we can remove it. In the content. We can copy this form from here content division content body. So from here to remaining things is not needed, only up to this only one row. Okay, copy it. Okay, content body, this is actually update a customer. Page. Okay, so the table is getting finished here. Okay, after the table I need to place here button. Here I need to place a button. I copy that button. Finally, this submit button. So copy this and the end of the form and end of the division. But also you can copy it. Okay. So end of the form, end of the. So this need to be changed to what value is find it. And I have to give the name and ID for that. Name equal to find. This is because I tell you the reason. ID is not needed, but name is needed. The reason is two kinds of submit button is going to be there in the same page. See here the question, as per the question, submit button and the find button. For this find button, only customer ID need to be sent through form. By clicking this submit button, these three details need to be sent through the submit form. Okay, so two different submit buttons are going to be placed. So to identify that which form is submitted, I need the form name as well as the name of the submit button. So the form name you can give it as find a customer form. This is find a customer form. Action is no form. So you see the research how it is looking update customer. Okay, we have not applied that style. So style we have applied here, it is not reflected in the page. The reason is that page is not added here. So that corresponding page need to be added. So copy this code and then style sheet. So this style is added. So we got that. So if I click 1001, if I click and then find means it need to be displayed here. Okay. So similar to this box, I need to display another box. In this box, we have to display the customer name and address and the contact, okay, and submit button. Okay. So come to that PHP part in the page is where I need to write the PHP code. Usually, what before the body itself, we started writing the PHP code and receiving which button is clicked and what we have to do. But here, the as per this design, okay, view account. Sorry, after this content, see that after this content only, when I click on the button, this will be received based on the customer. The customer details will be displayed below this box, correct? Below this box. So I need to start writing the code in that below that box. So below this box means another division we can add it here. Okay. So you can start your PHP code, start PHP. Okay. I need to check that received value if dollar underscore what requested server of request post request method equal to post. Okay, if it is request method is post, then we need to set the check that since there are what two kinds of button is going to be placed in the page, whether we received the request from what the find button, when this form is getting submitted like that we have to check, so that I need to set what if is set of, okay, and then dollar underscore post of that name of that submit button is a find. So this name I have to what give here. Correct? So if this is set, then I have to test it. Okay. So we can test with an alert message or what echo or success. So just what check whether it is getting manipulated or not with those things. Okay. Just to check that. Go to this and okay, customer and click on that, so success, so it is getting fired, so we got that message. Okay, so now I have to start writing the code inside that. I need to create a division here. Okay, it means that this division like this I need to create the division. There I have to place what the three details as in the question: customer ID, sorry, customer name, address and contact number. These details need to be what placed. Okay. Okay. So we have to place this table, display the table. Before displaying the table, we need to what fetch the details of this customer from the table. If the customer ID is valid and the corresponding record is available, then only we need to what to display that table. Otherwise, what that table is not needed to be displayed. Simply, if we click on the button, if it is an empty, no need to display the person. So I have to check whether that customer ID is received properly. That we have to check. So instead of printing success, I have to what? You can test with print the dollar post of CID. Okay. So because this name is the CID, okay. So that we can display. So update customer and 111 find. So it is getting registered. So 100 view. So find. So it is getting what display. Okay. So we'll see that the localhost and 8080 and the PHP MyAdmin. What are the content of the customer table that we will see once? Because that ID only we have to give. So AMS demo and then customer, just a C 1001001. Correct? So that is getting what displayed. So we can um, store it into the $CID is equal to We can also use the trim function. This is additional, that is not necessary. Okay. Uh, but when we develop the web application properly, we need to check these things because accidentally the user may give the space as a trim function will remove the space. Okay. So trim of trial and leading spaces will be removed by this function. So you can remove it and you can find it. So you can check it if before what obtaining that you can also set this if okay the post ID is a set or not. Okay, if is set or this is received or not. This is proper checking and the trim of this post ID is not equal to what null. That also you can check. Not equal to what null. Empty. So then you can what receive that and then you can print it. So just use a echo message here. Echo on CA $CA. Now what will happen means without filling that CID, if I click on the button, it will not fill. Okay. So here just about it is an empty, it will not do anything. Okay. Semicolon missing 41 here and the so one close brace is missing. Okay. So remove it and enter it, update customer. Okay, update customer here. Just click on that, nothing will happen. Suppose if you click one, it will be displayed with one. Right? So it means that it will make sure that the customer ID is passed on. Okay, if it is an empty, nothing will happen. Okay, no need to send that. So those things you can also do with the validation here. This validation is done on the server side. So you can also do this empty validation, mandatory validation on the client side itself. Okay. So that for example here you can add that input CID pattern equal to okay, and you can add a pattern like 0 to 9 and a star means 0 or 1. It means that the input should be in this same pattern. It means that the client side itself it will be checked. So if I click on the button, this is not emptiness. Okay, so if I give something like this, it is displaying, it is not get refreshed. Okay, button we have added 0 to 9 star. So only it will accept what it is getting displayed. Okay. Actually, as per the this is button. Okay, spell mistake. Okay. So again refresh of the customer, nothing will happen. Here itself give the correct format. Okay. So now what? The mandatory validation is checked on the server side. So the format of the input is checked on the client side. Okay. The star indicates 0 or none character. So that only is showing there. Okay, so we got that CID is proper. Okay, customer ID is properly we have received it. Now I have to update and execute the code. So I need to include hash include that is it is that within the PHP itself. Correct. So db config dot PHP. Add a phone and that is the hash include database connection. Copy and paste it. Okay. And then this method, this is insert query. I need to write what the query dollar SQL is equal to select star from customer where customer ID that we need to refer the column name from here customer ID. Your ID is equal to single quote. I need to give this input. So dollar C. Okay, dollar C. So now I get to what execute the query. Okay, for that dollar res equal to MySQL I underscore query or dollar $db comma dollar $SQL. So this will execute, it will return a table, then we can count the rows so that the dollar C and count equal to MySQL I numbers of dollar results. So it will show. So if this is a count E not equal to dollar count is equal to 0, no record found. So you can alert the message no record found. So for alert message, echo single quote script, okay, and then alert no record found, double quote no record found. So just a message and then close it, and then this is alert message. So semicolon, not no semicolon. That is what alert script, and then end slash script. Okay. So what we have printed this so equal to 0. So else, okay, echo same thing. We can copy and paste. Okay, now record found. So record found. Okay, so only two messages. Either this or this will be what execute. Okay? So we will test this one whether it is displayed or not. Okay, customer ID. We open. Okay. So if I give something here, no record found. Okay, if I give the exact whatever given, it is there 1000 and 1001, two customers are available. So if I click on that, record found. So we are in the correct way, correct? So I need to start writing the code inside this. No record found, no need to worry about it. Here I have to write this record. So here only I need to display the content. So here in between I close this, okay, and then I open again. Okay, that's it. Okay. So in between I need to write the code to display that table. Okay, below that I need to display that table. Okay, the table content is customer name, address, contact, submit. Okay. Okay, so I can copy the same thing. Okay, what is the whatever that update customer content body division from here to here. Okay, I can copy and paste in between that only this. Okay, see here just I copied this content body that is update customer previous one to here. Okay, so in between this one. So record, if record is found, I have to display this. So you change this update customer or form, and the same thing column, instead of the column ID I need to display the column name. So ID is not necessary. So C name, and this is also what C name, and the pattern is not necessary. You can remove it. It is not needed. Okay, and value is an empty, which is going to be stored from that customer details. Okay. So record found, so that I have to fetch the details, I have to display that. So better if it is found means here in this space you can obtain the values. So after this dollar three names C name okay is equal to dollar row. It means that row. It means The row is nothing but I need to what execute dollar row, which is equal to MySQL SQL I underscore, and then I have to use what fetch array. Okay, so this we need to add, and then I have to pass the dollar alias. Okay. So here it is showing the suggestions that the MySQL stored procedures, but in the exam it will not show that this suggestion, because here I have installed the PHP helper in that this also be a folder. So that is showing that suggestions are for the MySQL functions. So you have to remember the MySQL functions. Already what we are tabulating all the functions, MySQL functions here. Only a few of functions we are going to use. So go through that. Okay. MySQL fetch of result means it will fetch that first. Okay. So I have to use the row of, I have to give that uh, name, customer name. Okay. Column name of this one. And then dollar $C, the question address. So customer address and customer number, contact number. Okay, C address, address, dollar C number, dollar row, or contact number. So that these things will be received. Okay, that need to be what updated. So these values need to be what stored, displayed on that text box. So I have to use the value here, value equal to within a single quote F4, and then dollar C name, and simply we cannot do correct. So PHP, and for this one, and so like this I need to add one more row here, one more row. So customer name and address. Okay, and then contact number. So here I need to change this name, address, C address, and here also I need to change this as for the C address, and then here also I have to change C number, contact number. Okay, and here also I have to change this as name, C address, and this is a C contact number, C number. You see that C number, we use C address. Okay, so ID, name, everything is getting for change. So based on the type of the input, you may need to change. Suppose if you are going to update the gender, radio buttons need to be displayed here. Okay. If you wanted to select from the list, drop down list need to be what displayed here. Okay. For simple input, we use the text box here. Okay. So we'll check whether when we click on what the valid number, if it is found, and that need to be displayed on this box. Whether it is getting displayed or not, we verify first. You save and check and account update customer. So if I give 1000, that corresponding details that are found. So it is getting displayed. Right? Suppose if I am not giving any valid one, if I give 10, find no record found, that should not be displayed. See that. Okay, so 1001. So record found. So display. So if I click on this, change this address, and this button it will be changed to update customer. So this we can change it to find the customer. This is change it to update customer. Okay, and this is change it to update. Okay, so we'll come to this one. We'll do these changes. First title. This is what find the customer or search customer. Okay, and here once the valid customer ID is entered, I have to update customer and that submit button is not name. It should be what value is update. Name also what update. ID is not necessary. You can use it. So now if I click on that update customer and 1000, fine. But not found. So update find the customer, update customer. So now if I change this, this need to be what updated on the record. Okay, now you can realize that two submit buttons are there in this version. So again, if I give something 1001 and find, this time this find button is clicked, so that one this code need to be what executed. This code have to be what executed. Suppose if I click on this update, this details need to be what executed. So two different options. So now if I click this, not found, again it is getting updated. When I click this, nothing will happen. It is just a what reloaded again. By this time, what we have not submitted this, we have not clicked this one, so it is getting first. So I need to check. That is, while checking here, we are checking server is post. Yes, it is what method is a post. Now that button clicked is a find, then do that. So that corresponding else part. So this is the corresponding else part. Yes, if okay, is set off. Okay, set off with a dollar underscore post of which button that we have to check. That is update. So this button is clicked, then what I have to be clear. So this find button is getting submitted. Okay, this will be checked and it is true. When this button is clicked, update button, by this time also this will be true. But here it will identify whether the find code need to be executed or update code need to be executed. So what the post of find is set, execute this code. Otherwise, okay, it is this is set. Okay, the post is set. Okay. Okay. So here the code is the same database code we have to select. So copy this and execute the code. Only query need to be what changed. So update button is clicked. Now I have to receive the values. Okay. So receive the values means what? If the three values will be received from here, you see that method 1000 find record found. So three values are what is customer name, address, and then what number. So that if is set off okay, dollar underscore post of. So what name we have used here? C name. This name I have to refer it. Okay, these three. So C name, C address, and then C customer. These three names we have to address here. C name. Okay. So then I have to say dollar C name equal to local variable. Just a what? Copy and paste. So similarly, what I need to, so this is so this is what is the address. This is C address, C address, and this is C number, number, C number. So this is update query. If you have the confusion, just you go to that this one and just execute the update query. Select this one and go to the SQL and type what update and then customer and set customer ID, customer name equal to C2 C4, okay, comma customer address, new link, just open it and check what is it, customer address, okay. Address is equal to simple code address, you can pass address 3, address 4, comma, and then third one is contact number, okay, contact number equal to what, single quote 99, okay. So this, if you are executing this, okay, all the customers record will be changed. So I need to what, add the where condition, where for which customer means customer ID equal to, I have to give 1000. So that will be what, change. Okay. So this is the code. We copy it once, okay, and then execute it. There is a go button here. So one row is success means what, it is getting updated. You see that it is getting changed C for address 4. Correct. So this is the code that I wanted to update. So copy this code. Okay. Copy this query. And then here just you copy this query here. Inside that. Inside the double quote, you copy this. Correct. Update customer set. So instead of the customer name, use what? Dollar C name. Okay. Instead of the customer address, dollar C address. And instead of the contact number, dollar C number. Okay. Everything is fine except what, the customer ID, for which customer I need to update. That is a question mark. Correct? The thing is what, we submitted this form. Correct? We submitted this form. This form means but only these 3 values are getting what, received here. So that I can receive only the 3 values. What about this customer ID? It will be lost because when we click on the button, the control will go to the server and server will reload the page. While reloading, this customer ID will be lost. Only these details will be received in that page. So how to obtain this customer ID here? Okay, but as for updating, I need the customer ID. Okay. So this need to be done by what? Uh, I need the customer what, ID also. But here while displaying, I should not want to display the customer ID, only have to display what, address and those things. Even if you add one more row and display the customer ID, it will be better. Okay. But the thing is what, if you are displaying this one and adding what, customer ID here, because we are receiving the ID also, no? So because we are executing the code like what? Select the start from, correct? So customer ID will also be received. So I can use what? The dollar CID is equal to what? Row of customer ID. That you can execute this. Maybe. Okay, this is fine. Okay. So then you can use this is the CID and this is what the CID. So that what echo what dollar CID, everything is fine. Correct. So that this CID is received, correct? We have added one more row extra, correct? So now this CID can also be received here. So I can say to this copy and whatever paste, and this is a CID, and this is what a CID. So that we can do this one. And here just what update customer on 1000. See that ID also what will be displayed. But the problem is what this may be what accidentally changed by the customer. So that should not be allowed by the user. This should not be altered. So you can use a disabled property to what avoid the alteration. So you can set what disabled property for this. So without we assume that the user is not going to what alter the customer ID is going to do the alteration on only this things. So we will check whether the updation is happening or not first. Okay. So come to this code, submit button. So we received the customer ID also. So that in that update query I need to use what customer ID equal to what dollar $C. The question mark what a dollar $C. So that need to be what it's equal for what here customer ID is in empty show. So here I have used C ID. Okay. So now or is the query is getting executed and you can check whether updated or not, how many rows are getting what updated or not. So the result actually will return what the number of rows updated, altered. Okay, so you can use greater than or equal to one if dollar yes greater than or equal to what one, it means successfully what updated. Else means what failed. Like that you can type. So you can copy this echo message success. Okay, here we can copy is failed. Mhm. So we'll check this is correct or not. So I can check this 1000. Okay, find it. Record found. This you should not change. C5 and address 5. Like that I change. Success. You can check this here whether what it is getting update. C5 address 5. It is ready, not altered. So our thing is correct. But the thing is what accidentally the user can change. It is possible to change one the customer ID also. So I need to what make this as not editable or disabled. Okay. Editable or not disabled means in the corresponding customer ID, I need to use the property like what disabled. Okay. So that it will not be active. So 1001, if I click this on 0, if I click on find, I got found. So things. This is fine. Again, there is a problem here. While clicking on that update, okay, those fields which are disabled will not be sent to the form. Very clear? So make this point somebody what make this as not editable. If you are making this as disabled, if I click on the update, success. but there is an undefined variable what CID. Okay, you see what changes are happening in that record. Okay, CID is not received, correct? So without having the CID, what is happening here? We'll check it. It is showing success, correct? So nothing changed. Okay, no changes are happening actually. So what in that dollar RES there is an what problem? How many rows are getting affected? Greater than or equal to 1 means success, else means what failed like that we have checked. Okay, something that in the return type there is some, uh, but that is not affected. So what is the thing is what the CID is not getting what is received here. So that what you have to do is this disabling this field will not work. Instead of that, use what read only. Okay, so it will be better choice. So that this CID can also be sent through this form. So if you are using this disabled, that property, that value will not be sent through what the form. Okay, so I have to view account and then 1000 find a record found. So this you can even the user cannot change it and typing here it is not able to do that. So we are checking the C6 and update showing the success and see that browse C6 it is getting changed to what 6. So we completed this update function. Okay. So this is the way to design the update customer. Here we use this is what not disabled, you will change it to read only. Alternate way to what receive the customer ID is you can also use this field as a hidden filter so that this will not be what visible on that page. So you can remove it, you can add only this with what type as the hidden. Okay, so I can use this customer ID and within the table before that form I can use this. This is not read only, just what a type, but use this as what hidden. Okay, hidden. So instead of that ID and the name CID, CID1 and the CID1 like that I used. Okay. So now the CID1 also can be what received. So in this received one, if the post of CID1 is set, okay, the CID1 can be stored to this one. So this is alternate way to receive that customer ID through what the hidden field. Okay, the same CID is set as a value, but the name of the control is the CID1. So that is received here, and that is stored in this CID. Okay, so this is alternate way. So you can now give this values 1000. Okay, and find a cut found. So this is not necessary. Even if you remove it, now it will work. Okay, so CID is 7 and then not completed success. Okay. So you should check with one version whether C7 is getting what completed. Yes, it's getting what. So now even if you remove this, it will work. Okay. So if we want to send any values which is not displayed on the form page, if you want to send through the form, so you can use a concept of what hidden field. Okay, the value will be sent. So this is a code for the update customer. So you go through it and practice. Thank you.